Hi everybody, it's Richard here again. Um, I thought I'd follow up on a video I did last week where, excuse me, I showed some new vinyl purchases since Christmas. Not all what I bought, I just showed some. And I thought I'd do the same again, but this time I show used records, second hand, pre-loved, whichever you want to call them. I've split this into two. There's about 12-13 albums here, and the first half are really greatest hits albums. So most of these also, just before I start, I have them in CD, so I'm buying the same music over and over again, and I start thinking about this. Do I really need to? Well, I can't help it. But anyway, first one up, Sex Pistols, Flogging a Dead Horse. This actually does sound far better on vinyl than it does CD. This is a great companion piece to Nevermind the Bollocks. It has all the hit singles on it plus the B-sides, the 4 Bollocks singles, plus things like Silly Thing and No One Is Innocent, My Way, I Know the Sid stuff like Come On Everybody, Great Rock and Roll Swindle. It's a very strong album. Didn't do that well in the charts, I don't think, but by that time the Sex Pistols were really no longer. But this is worth having. Next up, Grace Jones, Island Life. Wonderful hits collection. My Jamaican Guy is probably my favourite Grace Jones song, and also features Walking in the Rain, Pull Up to the Bumper, La Vie en Rose, and Slave to the Rhythm, which I was never that keen on, but it's still not bad. And what's the other big one on here that I like? I Love Is the Drug, the Roxy Music one. Yeah, I do like Grace Jones. I really do like her Night Clubbing album and her Living My Life album. Next up, Siouxsie and the Banshees, Once Upon a Time. Yeah, if I'm being honest, this is all I really need or want of Siouxsie and the Banshees. Her voice grates on me a little bit at times, but this is really, really good. It's only 10 songs and they're all pure nuggets. I do have this in CD as well as all those other ones in CD. I've also got Twice Upon a Time, which I wouldn't mind getting either on vinyl, but I'm not paying the extortionate amounts that they're asking for. Well over £100. There's no way, it's not worth that because it's not as good as this. I do also have her first album on vinyl, which is not bad, but again, that's me for Siouxsie and the Banshees, unless I see something extremely cheap and I thought, right, I'll give it a go. But yeah, I do like this. My standouts for here are Hong Kong Garden, of course, Anything About a Chinese Restaurant, and I'm Happy. Happy House is great. Spellbound to Heaven single, Arabian Nights, and one that really made me buy this in the first place on CD was the song Love and Avoid. I always thought it was one of her very first recordings, but it appears not. It was actually from '79. But yeah, this is Siouxsie and the Banshees, and this is great. This is Once Upon a Time. Next up, Peter and Gordon. Yes, I know, not as cool as the previous ones, but I have to admit, I love the World Without Love single. It's tacky, it's sappy, but I do really like it. And this is not a bad compilation. I won't blow you away, but I played it and it's okay. Like, it didn't make me want to take it off the record player. And I played the whole thing, so I picked this up. It was extremely cheap, but still, not a bad album. Haha. Buster Bloodvessel, Bad Manners, my double. Yeah, again, this is all I need of Bad Manners as well. Ska from the early 80s. Special Brew, Lip Up Fatty, Lorraine, Just a Feeling, Walking in the Sunshine, Samson Delilah. They're all great singles. I absolutely love Can Can. The is it Bizet that was the composer of Can Can, or was it Offenbach? I'm not sure. but I absolutely love it. Yeah, again, I have this on CD. It's All I Need of Bad Manners. It's a good album. It's a good fun album. Okay, this is the last of the greatest hits. This is Dexys Midnight Runners. Again, I've got this on CD. Yes, I love this, but I'm disappointed because this came out in I think the early 90s, was it? And I bought the CD, and there's a couple of tracks that are missing on the LP that are actually on the CD, which is a shame. There's one called One Way Love, and then there's one of the tracks from their third album. I can't remember the name of it, but still, this is a good album. Come On Eileen, everybody likes, maybe sick to death of it, but everybody still likes it. The other ones I really enjoy here are There There My Dear, Dance Dance, Liars AT, and the 81 single Show Me, which I always thought was fantastic. It also features the Slightly Tacky Because of You from that awful Brushstrokes TV series in the 80s, but still, yeah, this is a good album. So this next one is a bit of a cross between. It's not really a greatest hits album. It's not really well, it is a compilation as such, but it's not a true album. But it is a true album. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This is Bob Marley, and this is Chances Are. This was released in 1981 after his death, I believe shortly after his death, and it features only 8 songs that were recorded between I think 69 or 68 and 72, and they were given a remix, and I think they may have been given a wee bit of added instrumentation as well. I think this is amazing. This is a fantastic, really strong album. I have 2 singles from it. I've had them for years, Reggae on Broadway and the title track Chances Are. I've never seen the album. I never really knew much about those singles. How they came about, because I remember buying them, and I don't know if the ones over in the UK will remember, there was an Oldies Unlimited catalogue that you used to get, and used to buy a lot of singles. I think I got them for 99p or something, but I loved the both of them. This is reggae, but this is more pop with a reggae tinge to it, because again it is the early 70s, late 60s, rather than reggae with a pop tinge. This is pop with a reggae tinge, if you see what I mean. But yeah, Soul Rebel is a fantastic song. Dance to the Reggae. To be honest with you, there's only 8 tracks and they're all very good. Yeah, I love this album. Really do. It sits proudly in my Bob Marley collection, which is not that much, but still. Okay. Keeping in the same theme, this is a 60s album by The Equals, the Sensational Equals. I picked this up at a record fair. It's not in great shape. It's probably VG at best, but I got it for a £5, which wasn't too bad. But again, this is good stuff. I really enjoyed listening to this. I would love to get an upgrade copy, but asking big prices, well, not huge prices for it, but more than I'm willing to pay. The only thing I knew about The Equals, apart from Baby Come Back and Rub-a-Dub-Dub, was that their main songwriter was Eddie Grant, who had quite a few hits in the early 80s, and he was just reggae artist, and I had some great songs like Do You Feel My Love and Living on the Front Line, and of course I Don't Wanna Dance. But this is good. I've recently acquired a greatest hits of theirs, and I am going to get more of The Equals. I really enjoyed this. It's something fresh that I haven't really heard. Yeah, The Equals. This is a Sensational Equals on President Records. Next up, oh right, this is probably a little bit of a guilty pleasure, but I like it. As I said before, music is what you make of it. Whether I don't think there's any guilty pleasures. This is Hazy Fantasy, and this is Battle Hymns for the Children Singing. I don't know how to describe these guys. They're a little bit like very early Bananarama, in their dress sense anyway. They're not dance, but pop dance, pop fun dance, I really don't know. They had two half decent singles, Shiny Shiny, which was a hit in '83, and the year before they had quite a big hit with John Wayne as Big Leggy, which is brilliant. They had a single in between those two, which is not included in this, called Holy Joe, which I have as well. But yeah, this is just a fun listen. It'll be thrown on once in a blue moon, and it will be enjoyed. One thing I will say is that there's a song on here called Shazula. And for the Mark Bolan fans out there, or maybe it's Make Me a Sinner, I can never work out which one it is until I look. But one of those two songs is actually the Mark Bolan song 20th Century Stance, which was a song that Mark demoed in around 76, 77. And they basically copy it word for word and rename it. So yeah, I like Hazy Fantasy. They're good fun. Watch the videos. They don't just stand there and sing. They jump about all over the place, and you can tell they're good fun. So that's Hazy Fantasy. Okay, this one here, I have two of the singles from this album, and I saw this in the record shop, and it was quite expensive actually, but this was part of my haul for getting store credit. And a shout out to Rob Walker. He probably knows more about this band, because I looked at this and I thought, yeah, I think Rob would know quite a bit about these, but maybe not. But I like the two singles, always have, so I thought I'd take a punt on the album. And this is The Chords, So Far Away. This is a mod revival band from the late 70s. Similar vein to bands like The Vapors or Secret Affair or The Limbrettas and so forth. Obviously they're influenced by the 60s band like The Who and the Small Faces and possibly the Kinks. But my theory is that a lot of these bands, they were striving to be the Jam, because the Jam had nailed it. The Jam completely nailed the mod revival, and these guys were forever in their shadows, and they were trying their best to be the next Jam. There's it's not a bad album. It's a bit samey the whole way through. There's a good cover version of The Beatles, She Said from Revolver, which actually nods to the Jam even more whenever they ripped off Taxman for start. But yeah, I don't know much about them. Chris Pope is the lead vocalist and main songwriter, but I think, which one is Chris Pope? I'm not even too sure which one he is. I think that's him there. I think so, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a good album. I'll play it again, but it's not the Jam. Okay, next up, I'm going to show two albums from the same artist. This is Gemini. Now, I wonder what decade they're from. Of course, the 1980s. Yes, who are Gemini? Well, Gemini, this is their first album. This is their second album called Gemini, so I'm going to put this one down. Gemini are from Sweden, which should give you a hint. They're a brother and sister group called Anders and Karen Glenmark. And Anders, he would write a few of the songs on each of the two albums, but the main reason why these guys are famous or even infamous is because they were the vehicle for new Bjorn and Benny songs from ABBA. So these were almost like the new ABBA. Bjorn Ulvaeus and Benny Andersson wrote new songs for these guys to record, and they wrote about slightly over half this album, and the same again for this album. This was done after they did the Chess musical. These songs are actually quite good. There's one in here in particular called Just Like That, which is the holy grail for ABBA fans. It was one of the 6 songs, the only one of the 6 songs that was recorded in 1982 that was never released by ABBA. It was released in a snippet form on their undeleted medley for the Thank You for the Music box set. Fans have been screaming out for the ABBA version to be released, but Bjorn has said this is the version and this is the one that will only be ever released, which is a shame, because what you've heard of the snippet, the ABBA one does beat this. But there's some really good songs on this, like Slowly, Another You, Another Me, I think was actually covered by Steps of all people, or was it H from Steps, or H and somebody from Steps. Not really creditable, but still it's a good album, and it's the same with this one here. There's some very, this is probably a slightly better album. It's got what's the song on here, Ghost Town, which is slightly reminiscent of, not lyrically wise but musically wise, of One Night in Bangkok from Murray Head, which obviously Bjorn and Betty wrote. But yeah, I'm really pleased to pick these 2 up. I don't have these on CD, they're hard to get on CD. I have, how would I say, acquired them on MP3 file. I've had them for quite a while, so I'm very, very familiar with them. So, 2 more. This is, I believe, from 1989 or 1990. This is Ian Hunter and Mick Ronson. It's really an Ian Hunter album, and I do not know how to pronounce this. It's Ui Orta, Y-U-I Orta. This is a return to form after a couple of dodgy albums in the 80s. It's a very slick sounding album. It's funny how a lot of the albums from the old guard were very slick sounding around this time. Van Morrison's Avalon Heart was, you know, almost perfect sound, as was Bob Dylan's Oh Mercy. But yeah, this is a very strong album. American Music was a single off this. This is great. He does a really good, like, rockabilly type song called, what's the name of it? Big Time. Woman's Intuition is like a Stones rocker. Really good song. Really strong album. Problem I have with this album is there's a song missing that's on the CD. The CD, obviously the record company wanted you to buy the CD at this time, not the LP, and it doesn't feature in this, and it's how more of this can I take, something like that there, which is on the CD, which would have really upped this even further. But still, it's good to have. Nice album. Ian Hunter, Mark Ronson, or not Mark, Mick Ronson, good lord, not Mark Ronson. Okay, last one. Again, I had this on CD and finally got it in vinyl. This is Little Village. This is almost like the sort of the B grade supergroup. You had the Traveling Wilburys, the A grade. This is the B stars. But no, this is a good album. This is John Hyatt, Ry Cooder, Jim Keltner on drums, who actually drummed for the Wilburys, and the reason why I bought it, this has got Nick Lowe, which I'm a huge fan of. It's a good album. Again, it's very slick and sound. There's not enough Nick Lowe vocals for me. It's mostly John Hyatt that would sing most of them. But there's some beautiful songs on here like Do You Want My Job and Don't Think About Her When You're Trying to Drive. Fool Who Knows is a big, it's a Nick Lowe vocal, as is Inside Job. Yeah, it's a good album. They only did the one. They did actually quite well in the charts, I believe. But anyway, Little Village. So that's some of my used vinyl. Hopefully I shall be getting a different video camera soon, so I don't look as if I've got jaundice. I forgot it, but I need to get a memory card actually. You buy a video and you forget the memory card, so hopefully by next week's videos are better anyway. Not overly expensive, but better. That's me for today I may get another ranking video done at the weekend. But for now, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.